Lesson 9, Resource 2, using 0 to check your inequation result. Well, here's a statement. 6 is greater than 2. That statement is true. Here's another statement. 0 is greater than 2. Wait, no it isn't. 0 is not greater than 2. This statement is false. Mathematicians have an interesting way to look at statements like this. Rather than saying we're allowed to write statements like 6 is greater than 2, but are not allowed to write statements that say 0 is greater than 2, instead we just say, well, you can write it. It's just false, that's all. You can write this one, but it's true. There is a kind of very useful thing that we can do if we allow ourselves to write statements like this. And that is, we can use it to check our results when we do inequations or solve inequalities. Here's an inequality. X minus 1 is less than 5. Guess and check tells us the answer is 6. 6 minus 1. In this case, anything less than 6, actually. Solving it in a more formal way, I would add the opposite of -1 to both sides, and I get x is less than 6. If only I had a number line to put that on. Ah, there we are. So what we do is we find 6, put an open circle on it, and then draw an arrow to the left, because x is everywhere less than it. Notice that 0 is part of the answer here. Let me write the statement replacing x with 0. 0 is less than 6. True or false? True. So, what that means is we've drawn the arrow in the correct direction. I'll show you what happens when the arrow goes the other way. Now I am going to change the equation. I will go x minus 1 is greater than 2. Solving it correctly, I once again will add 1 to both sides. And so what I get is x is greater than 3. Plotting this on the number line, I have an open circle at 3, and then everywhere greater than 3 is part of the answer. Notice that 0 is not part of the answer. Well, let's say I just wanted to check things. Maybe the arrow is going the wrong way. It's not, but maybe I didn't know that. What I can do is write this statement replacing x with 0. 0 is greater than 3. True or false? False. Now, has something gone wrong? No. 0 is not part of the arrow. And so since it's not in the answer, it should give me a false statement. For example, 4. If I was to replace x with 4, I'd get 4 is greater than 3. That's a true statement. And so it tells me that 4 is part of the answer. We often use 0, it's just a handy place to check, to see if we think 0 should be part of the answer, we'll get a true statement. If we think 0 is not part of the answer, we'll get a false statement. And the false statement is good news. It means we've drawn the arrow the correct way. Well, I hope this has been of some help to you. Thank you very much, and see you next time.